Hey guys, what is up? I'm Kuya Buzz. It's been a while since I've made another video. So in today's video, Tenda Philippines just sent me their Wi-Fi 6 router, which is called the RX3, which is the model RX3 for the AX1800. Now, this is a dual band gigabit router with a Wi-Fi 6 features. So I'm gonna explain here a little bit on what is Wi-Fi 6 and do you really need to upgrade to Wi-Fi 6? My answer to that is yes and also a no. It's definitely a yes if you still don't have a router, and if you're looking to buy a new router, then this router is definitely a good choice for you. But it's definitely a no if the consumer is someone like me. I have a couple of smart home devices. I have about 10 devices at home, which all of them are still using Wi-Fi 5, which is the other name of the Wi-Fi 5 is the 802.11 AC. Because the reason for that is that in order for you to use the features of the Wi-Fi 6 router, your devices should be ready or capable of Wi-Fi 6 networks. This router features a MU-MIMO and a OFDMA. To cut the explanation short, it's basically it can communicate to more devices at the same time. The current router we have, which is the Wi-Fi 5, also can do that, but Wi-Fi 6 can do it better and with much more capacity for the devices. So in this video, I'm not really going to talk about more into details about the Wi-Fi 6. So how about we take a look at this router and let's unbox it. In the front of the box, you can find the model here at the bottom part, which is called the RX3. This is the Tenda RX3 model. As you can see, this is the AX1800. Specifications on the side. And at the back part, you can find more specs of this router. Here you can find the comparison with their older models. It has a dual band, which is a 2.4 GHz, which is 574 Mbps, and a 5 GHz with a 1201 Mbps, one port and 3 LAN ports. Now, the CPU is much more better now. It has a 1.5 GHz CPU, and the wireless coverage, as they say in the box, it's much more wider. As for the client capacity, usually for our routers before, it's usually about 20 to 25 devices. Now, for this Wi-Fi 6 routers, it's usually 35 to 45. And that is the biggest advantage of having a Wi-Fi 6 router, such as this one, because it can support up to 35 to 45 devices, which is pretty useful if you have a commercial shop or a cafe, or even for consumers like us who has a lot of smart devices at home. But the smart devices must be capable of Wi-Fi 6. So here you can find that it's OFDMA support, 1024 QAM support, TWT support, and with the same broadband account migration and guest network. Alright, so what's inside the box is a quick installation guide, the adapter, the router, and it also has a free LAN cable. Now, as for the design of this router, it's actually like a slim, curvy design. It has this very curvy look at the front. And as you can see here, we have one port and the 3 gigabit LAN ports. We have a reset button and the WPS, and also the power is here. So it has 4 6 dBi external antennas, which is not bad. Now, if you want to buy this product, I've put the link down on the description below. They are available at Shopee and Lazada. These are official stores from Tenda Philippines, so you shouldn't be afraid if it's a scam or if it's a fake. Now, a quick tip on how to set up this router. All you have to do is just get a LAN cable like this, and usually here in Philippines we have PLDT or Globe ISP modem, so it's something like this. You just need to connect it to these ports here, which is the LAN 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can call PLDT to activate all these ports because usually they don't activate all ports. So you can use the LAN 1, just put it in there, and you connect it to this blue one here, the 1 port. And also you need to power up both devices. So once these are connected, your router should be online. Then after that, we can configure the router here on what Wi-Fi name that you want or the password that you want. But in this video, I'm just going to show you how to configure this router since I don't have an ISP here in my studio. So I'm just going to show you how to configure this router using your PC or using your phone. Alright, so first thing we need to do, we need to power this router up. And then next, we need to put the LAN cable to the number 1 here on the LAN port. Not the blue one, the yellow one here on the number 1. And then we're going to connect it to the PC. Now for those of you who have the same laptop as I have, which don't have a LAN port, you can always buy this USB to LAN port. It's pretty cheap, about 100 to 200 pesos only. This is definitely a must-have for laptops like this, which don't have the LAN port. I've also put the link down on the description below if you want to purchase that. Alright, so now we're on the PC. We go to any browser, then we just go type in 192.168.0.1. Now once you're in, it's going to show the quick setup wizard. So just press start. Now this one is saying that you have to connect the ISP, which is the PLDT, to your router here, which I just explained a while ago in the video. And let's just skip that for now. I don't have an ISP modem here in my studio. Alright, so let's just skip for now. And here, the password, I'll just not require any password for now. Ignore. Now we're already here in the configuration of the router. Here, as you can see, there's still no connection to the internet. Here in the internet status, you can check out the devices that is connected to the router, which is this laptop. And you can also know which kind of access type it is. If it's wired or if it's connected to the 5 GHz network or to the 2.4, you will definitely know that here. Now let's go to the internet settings. Usually you'll use this if you already connect the ISP. Here on the Wi-Fi settings, so you can set the Wi-Fi name here and the password. You can also unify the 2.4 GHz and the 5 GHz if you don't want to separate them. You can click that. Wi-Fi schedule, when you want to turn it on and turn it off. Wireless repeating. This is pretty useful. It's going to repeat the signal of your other routers wirelessly. Channel bandwidth, which is also useful to choose manually which channel is best in your area. Usually for 2.4 GHz, channel 1, channel 6, and channel 11 are the best options to have because they're the one that's not overlapping each other. Here you can also choose the network mode. It also has the option to go to a Wi-Fi 5 and a Wi-Fi 4. The Wi-Fi 6 feature is already backward compatible, so it's okay to leave it as is. You can also set up the 5 GHz network here. Transmit power, you can lower the signal strength if you don't want it to be too high. WPS, OFDMA, you should probably turn this on since this is a new feature for Wi-Fi 6 devices. AP mode, which is an access point. Now guest network, you can always turn this on if you have a lot of guests and you don't want to keep on changing your Wi-Fi password and name every single time. Just let them use the guest Wi-Fi network. And also, what's a good thing about this is that you can limit the bandwidth here on how many bandwidths they can use. Also, the hours that they can use it. Parent control, you can limit some websites here. You can type in the blocked websites here. And you can also specify the time, a specific day and time. You just need to input the MAC address here and the device name. Now, VPN, very useful for VPN users. I'm not really familiar with this since I'm not really using VPN. IPv6, I don't use it too. Bandwidth control, you can limit the bandwidth here. IPTV, Tenda Wi-Fi app, LED control, filter MAC address firewall, static route, DDNS, virtual server, DMZ host, and UPnP. Alright, so all of this are for advanced users, which most ordinary consumers don't usually use this kind of advanced stuff. LAN settings, you can set up the DNS settings here manually, and also the LAN IP address. DHCP reservations, WAN settings, time settings, the login password, which is pretty important, you have to put a password on your router. Then the firmware upgrade, you have to online upgrade this router every single time if there's a new firmware upgrade available. Remote management. Remote management is very useful. You can remotely configure a router using this feature. System status. You can check out the system status here. System log and automatic maintenance. For this automatic maintenance, I will definitely recommend to uncheck this box here and set the time to about 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. This will ensure that it's going to reboot the router even if someone is using the router. Because if you check this one, it's going to delay the router when it's exchanging data with the device at a speed higher than 3 kbps. It means that if someone is using during that time, the router will not be able to reboot. And I definitely recommend rebooting your router every day to have a much more stable Wi-Fi connections. Now that's it for the configuration for this router. You can also configure it using your phone. It's actually pretty simple. It's the same thing. You just need to go to the Wi-Fi and search the Tenda router here. Usually the default name is Tenda with a code beside it. And once you're connected to the Wi-Fi, it's going to tell you that it doesn't have internet. So what you do is you go to the browser, like any browser, like Google Chrome browser, and type in 192.168.0.1. It's the same thing as the PC. Then you can access it from there. So you can still configure it without using a PC. Now I'm here now at home and trying it as a speed test, and this is how the speed test will look like using the router Wi-Fi 6 wirelessly. And this is how the speed test for the Lan Port using my laptop. Alright, so does it make a big difference if you're gonna buy a Wi-Fi 6 router? I'll definitely say no to that for now, since all the devices that we have currently, most of them only supports Wi-Fi 5. But during this year, all the new devices that will be released this year will all be supporting Wi-Fi 6. And that's the time where the Wi-Fi 6 features will be very useful. It will be able to give you less latency, very helpful for congested areas. If you have a lot of smart devices Wi-Fi 6 capable at your house, you will definitely need a router like this. Alright, so if you want to buy this product, I've put the link down on the description below. They are available at Shopee and Lazada. The current price for this is about 2,900 to 3,000 pesos, depending if there's a sale. Is it worth it? Well, yes, it's definitely worth it to buy one. This is going to be pretty helpful for your new devices. You're going to be future-proof for about 4 to 5 years. Now, is the build durable enough compared to other routers? Well, yes, it's definitely very durable. But to take note though, this 4 6 dBi external antennas is only good for like medium houses, like small to medium houses. You definitely need a repeater if you have like a very big house. So that's it. Thank you Tenda Philippines for sending me this router for review. I apologize for the delay of the post. It's been a pretty hectic month. So don't forget, if you want to buy this one, all the links are down below on the description. If you want to support my channel, please do subscribe and smash that like button if you like this video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.